Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shug. I know I've been gone and I have to tell you all like why. Okay, I have you know, um a lot of times we go through things and we sometimes be afraid to express or say exactly what we're going through due to judgment or whatever. But this time I'm just gonna be blunt and honest about what I've been going through and how it has affected me. Good news, the bad news. And it's not really bad news, it's just that the bad news was me holding on to things. So let me get right into it. So, nevertheless, okay, so um, I had I had a very strained relationship with my children for years because yes, I was a teenage mother, and when you make a mistake or you end up indulging in trying to be a parent before your time, when you haven't seen a good parent or seen a healthy relationship, you end up, transferring that to your children, which creates what? Generational curses. So, in having my children so early, they went through a lot and they needed to heal. Okay. Of course, I had healed to a certain point, but then I got to a point to where it stopped because it was a lot of healing, and you have to understand you can't heal at one time from everything because it's just too much at one time for you to take in. So you have to take healing and go through the dark night of the soul. Um, seem like sessions at a time, and that could be a year from now, it could be 6 months from now, it could be years from now. Nevertheless, I literally had to go through the dark night of the soul because I've with this aspect of my healing, and it was tough. It was really really tough. So I sit here and I went through it. I did. I went through it. It was hard. It wasn't easy. Um I'm a very stubborn person because I am a Taurus. Okay, but we're not gonna put anything on signs and none of that. I'm not making any excuses for any of that, but I am who I am, and I had to take a step back and really look at what my children went through. And when I think about it, they had every right to be upset and they had every right to be hurt, upset, and they didn't know how to process their emotions. You know why? Because I was young. I didn't even know how to process mine. So with that being said, I did. I had to face some dark stuff. It was some very, very, very dark times. And these dark times was needed so I could be prepared for the good that is here in my life now. So it wasn't easy, y'all. It wasn't easy at all. And I felt so motivated. I was just so ready to, like get back on my channel and get back on here and just do what I had to do for everybody else. And you have to understand, if you are not really good inside your spirit with a lot of things, how am I going to be able to give you all anything, any uh, good advice, or tell you how to proceed with certain things if I'm not good? Okay, that's just like me trying to tell you all how to be a millionaire, and I'm not a millionaire and never been a millionaire. That makes the least sense. Okay, so that's the example. So I really had to work on certain things inside of me so I can be more humble. I could be a different person and go to a new phase in my life. So trust me, I was stuck. I've been stuck for years, and I was full of illusions. I was full of delusions at times, and I would get pissed off. I would get mad and just angry. I felt like that I was the victim, and it was just it was just not cool. Okay, I felt like I was supposed to win in this situation, and it didn't, forget how they felt. It's all about me and what I felt like I went through, and that's not how that works. It's not That's not how that works at all. So again, I ended up just really falling, getting deep. I had to go deep. I had to go deep with this one, and I really had to look at things from a different perspective. I had to. Sometimes you got to take yourself out of certain situations and take yourself out the situation and watch the situation from the outside looking in, and that's what I did. Okay, I don't know if you all understand that, but that's what I had to do it. And so I get what my children were going through. I get how they felt, and I had a lot of growing to do still. Okay, I don't care how old you are, you're gonna grow, and you're gonna go through certain situations that's gonna help you grow. And this helped me become the person that I am today. I'm a little bit more calm. I'm definitely calmer. I'm calmer. I am um, more focused. I could say I'm more intuitive. I could say that I am ready to invest in me a little bit more because I shedded a lot of heavy weight that I was carrying that I didn't realize. So the dark night of the soul is not fun. It's not fun. And the dark night of the soul makes you look at you, and it lets you see where you went wrong, and it lets you see that in order for you to move forward, you're gonna have to work on these situations. And not only that, it's gonna break generational curses. So you can create the next lineage for the lineage that's coming behind you. Like if you're gonna be a grandmother or auntie, whatever, a mother, whatever, it's gonna create a different energy because you're breaking generational curses that has been handed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. So, in order for me to be the person that I supposed to be, I had to go through it, and I did. And I had to go through it because at the end of the day, I do not and did not want my grandchild or grandchildren to come into this world with the same energy that I was brought up in, or that my children were brought up in. And see, the good thing about this is I did good with raising my children to a point, but and I say I did good. I did good with certain things. Let me make that clear. Other things I completely failed. And it comes a time when you have to sit down and you have to understand and have to admit to yourself that you failed. Okay, that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's real. And I failed. I failed in a lot of areas, but I can't say I have some great children. They are very good people. They're great citizens. They take care of themselves. They're not out here gang banging. They never did none of that. They're grown, grown. So I had to really pat myself on the back, but then at the same time, really look at myself and see that they could have been better if I just, had to did things different. But guess what? The children didn't come with a manual. And second of all, I had them at such a young age that it just they couldn't have gotten what they needed because you just don't know what a kid raising a kid just makes no sense. Okay, but we did it. I did it, and I got them to a certain point in life, and admitting when you're wrong, admitting that you failed, admitting that um, you made bad decisions, and seeing things differently. That's kind of hard to deal with because when I was going through it, I thought I was doing everything right. That's funny, right? So it brings me back to what I was saying. Being stuck in that energy is not good. It's not safe. It's not productive. It's a stagnant energy. It's pretty much you put yourself in a narcissistic type of energy to make yourself feel good, to make yourself seem like you are the victim and what you say is right and everything that you have been saying is right when that's not true. So I come today to let you guys know that, listen, if it's some healing that needs to be done, do it, okay? Let's break some of these generational curses and really look at things for what they are. I don't care if you think you did everything right or that you are perfect or you did everything right, but guess what? Sometimes in what you think is right might not be right to the other person. That it's up your right might not be right to them. Okay, and so in that sense, you could have hurt someone unknowingly or did some things unknowingly, thinking that you were right, but the whole time you was totally wrong because you can't group everybody in the same category and treat everybody the same or how your mom raised you or your grandma raised you. You bring that tradition and custom over there to your children. It's not going to work for them because it's a different generation. Okay, now I think I come from a generation where it was just completely wrong. Okay, that 70s 80s generation, I, it was just wrong. Everything about it is wrong, okay? And as we come to know, we're learning that a lot of things that we were taught were wrong. So in that case, that you have to look at yourself and know that we have made mistakes. And if you have children, if you have family members that, or friends or family, whatever, friends, if you feel like you have did something to someone, it's time to make amends and it's time to break these generational curses so you can move forward. Okay, some people, they don't deserve an apology. That's just that. But other people, they deserve they you have to go to them if that's what you need to do. You need to tell them the truth about certain situations if they have hurt you. You need to ask for forgiveness if that's what you need to do. If it's something that you all need to discuss, that's what you need to do. And you can't care how it's going to make them feel because at the end of the day, you're freeing yourself. Now, certain situations and certain people you can't go to and discuss because you know they haven't changed. And with that being said, I get it. Don't even waste your time. Just do what you have to do on your end to make sure that you are walking around and doing what you need to do because what you put out, you're going to get it back. Okay? So it's best to get out of the narcissistic energy of thinking that you're perfect, you ain't did nothing wrong, and you this and you that, and you're the victim, and you the one had to fight all the time, and you was the one abused. I was all of that. But at the same time, hurt people hurt people. And since hurt people, you have to understand that you hurt people as well, whether you believe it or not. So needless to say, my grandchild is here, and I refuse to see my grandchild go through the things that my mom put me through, that I put my children through, because it stops right here. And that's the whole purpose of being spiritual. I don't have to go to a church. I don't have to go to a pastor to do this. Everything that I have in my connection with my higher power and my creator tells me and lets me know, well, you got to heal from this. You got to take care of this so you can move forward. And so now that's why I am in life. And so it was hard, y'all. It was hard, but I did it. Okay? I didn't have a choice. And this is because I refuse to leave this earth knowing that I didn't do my part for my family so they can be successful and I'm not here. Okay? So she's here. She's not going to go through certain things. Yeah, she's going to go through everyday life situations, but the hurt and pains that the generational curses put on me, that I put on my children, it stopped. We gotta stop it right here. So I'm in a great place with my children now. Okay, it's the most amazing thing. Time heals all. So we gave um we gave it time, and we okay. We definitely are in a good place, and we had to be like this because the last thing that that child needed to do was come into this world and feel the tension or the disgust or the bad energy and negative energy that we had flowing between us, because literally we were a close knit family. But at the end of the day, that's done. And now we can move forward because she's here. Okay? She's here. And she needs to know that she's loved, she's safe, she's protected. And we're just going to create new traditions and customs so she can know, and so she could be good when I'm not here. And and my children can continue to grow and heal from the damage that I did cause. Okay? I take responsibility for me. You can't take responsibility for anyone else. So I can't give an account for their father. I can't give an account for anybody else. I can only give an account for me. And I'm not taking on anybody else's weight. So this is why the dark night of the soul is so important for you and you only. With that being said, I just want you all to know that I know that you all are loving people. I get it. We all are, and we all are searching, and we all are on this journey, on this spiritual path. And in order for wishes to be fulfilled and things to go your way, in order to get the reciprocity, in order to get that love that you desire, that's good, that's comfortable, that's easy. Love is not hard. Love is easy. Okay? You got to heal. Okay? You have to heal. And that's what happened with this situation right here. It's time to move forward. Okay? It's time to move forward. It's time to get out the illusions and the delusion and being delusional about certain situations. And see, that's what and when you don't move on from those certain situations, it really blocks you from your love life. And from what I can tell, your love life is a major part of generational curses. You got to look at certain things and you got to heal those things. Okay? And you have to understand, if you didn't see one, if you didn't see a good relationship, you're going to have to create it. But in creating it, you're going to have to heal. Okay? It's not going to just fall out the sky. It's not going to be just this Romeo Juliet, even though that was a sad story. So anyway, never mind. It's not going to be this fairy tale stuff you see on TV. It's not that, y'all. It's not. It's not. And as you heal, honestly, some of y'all are stuck in this twin flame journey stuff, but with this twin flame journey stuff, if you feel like that you're still in a twin flame journey, but as you heal, they heal. Because if y'all two are in this journey and y'all supposed to be one soul, you got to understand that if nobody is healing, it ain't gonna go nowhere. It's gonna be stuck in the ethers forever. So now it's just time to move forward. It's time for everybody to bring the newness into your life. Okay? Again, this world is changing, and it's changing to the point to where you got to be more spiritual than anything. and being more spiritual is getting rid of that stuff from the past. Go through your dark night of the soul, whatever you gotta go through, and call it a day. When does that happen? I don't know. I don't know how spirit deals with with you all. I don't know it, but it comes. But when it comes, you can't deny it. You got to just sit and face your shit, and that's just that. Okay. Doesn't mean going back to bad relationships, because 9 times out of 10, if you're going through the dark night of the soul, you're gonna have some rough relationships. Going back to those relationships will only keep you stagnant, and it's going to make things worse. And when I say bad relationships, I mean relationships like love relationships, and sometimes relationships with certain family members. Certain family members are not meant to be in your life. Sorry, not sorry, it's the truth. So take this time. If you know, if you're presented with going through the dark night of the soul, go through it. Go through it, okay? Go through it. Once you reach the end of it, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. You have gifts that the universe, that your creator is going to bring to you, your spirit guides. They will bring you these gifts, and you will see a flow. You will feel a weight that's lifted off of you, and you can proceed forward. And with that being said, that's my honesty. That's the honest truth that of what I've been going through. And yeah. So I could breathe a sigh of relief, because it was heavy. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not anymore. And I feel different. I feel relief. And yes, we have to get to know, me and my children, we have to get to know each other again, because they don't know me and I don't know them. And who's to say that we will complement each other? Who's to say that they will accept who I am? As of this moment, they do. Okay? So, but I can't worry about that either, because I am who I am. And I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. I'm not putting no bad energy out. Okay? I will distance myself before I hurt anyone ever again. So, with that being said, I love you guys so much. And yeah, let's see what we could do. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this going again, meaning this channel, because it's just no way I could have went to the next phase in this channel with that type of energy still lingering. And so let's come together and do what we have to do. I love you guys so much, and like, comment, and subscribe. Please invite people to the channel, and we're gonna go from there, okay? And I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.